Hello everyone and welcome back to the Wrestling13ean channel. I am your host Jose, and today we are going to be checking out AEW's Wednesday Night Dynamite for... Wow, it's been a while. I've been gone a bit, huh? Well, I would like to apologize and say, hey, I'm back. And we are here to review Wednesday Night Dynamite's November 29th, 2023 show. We're almost at the end of the year. Let's finish up strong. Let's go check it out. Now, just real quick to help catch up. Right now in AEW, there is a tournament being run called the Continental Classic, with the winner winning the Continental Championship. But Eddie Kingston is also a part of this tournament, and he's a double champion right now. And he thought that he would make the pot spicier by adding his Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship and his New Japan Strong Championship, so the winner gets 3 title belts and is crowned a triple champion. Ooh, exciting stuff. But that's not the only exciting thing about this show, as we start off with Jon Moxley versus Jay Lethal. After a slow start, the two quickly ramp up, with Jay Lethal being lethal, a high flyer, flippity-doo-dah kind of guy, starts to pick up the pace on Moxley, who's just swinging away with his powerful offense. But after one too many tricks, Lethal gets trapped in a flurry of strong hits by Moxley, and he keeps him down for the 1-2-3. Moxley stands his place into the second round of the tournament. Let's move on. After the match, we then get a backstage recording of Eddie Kingston after his loss this past Saturday in the tournament. Now, losing in this tournament does not knock you out of the tournament. It is based on a point system, so there is all the chance for Kingston to come back. But after this brutal loss, and after just putting his championships on the line at the end of the tournament, and now seeing that he has to face Bryan Danielson next in the tournament, maybe self-doubt is starting to creep up in Eddie's mind. But he then ends strong, saying, humble in victory, humble in defeat. And that's the end of that package. Let's move on. Coming back from a break, we then end up with a backstage promo with Tony Schiavone interviewing Sting, as Sting is now on his retirement tour. Sting has announced that he's retiring and that his final match is going to be next year, AEW's first pay-per-view, Revolution. So, in the meantime, he's just reconciling, going down memory lane. And who else to go down that memory lane with than Ric Flair, who is also back on our screens in AEW. Good stuff. Very heartfelt. And it's going to be sad to see Sting gone, but I'm enjoying every second and minute I got him on our screen right now. Let's move on. Now, continuing on with the show, we have our second match of the night. Another tournament match with Rush versus Mark Briscoe. And just hearing those two names, if you know these guys, as soon as that bell rang, it was just all go, pedal to the metal. Just brutal moves on each other. Big strong power bombs from Rush, strong hard slaps from Briscoe. Same thing from Rush, who does not hold back. My gosh. But after an incredible back and forth of just non-stop action between these two, Rush finally gets an upper hand on Briscoe, trapping him in the corner and hitting him with the horns, and keeps him down for that 1-2-3. Rush earns some points in the tournament and moves up. So we'll see where it goes from there. After the match, we then get a little catch up with Timeless Toni Storm, our AEW's Women Champion. And nothing much to say here. Let's just move on. After our timeless Tony Storm catch up, we then meet with MJF in the ring as he starts to cut a promo on Samoa Joe, thanking him for his help the past week and with everything that's been going on with him. And in the same promo, hyping up the man who is now his number one contender, but at the same time taking some shots and barbs at a certain someone who has left the company. And I think it was very well tasteful the way he did it, and at the same time just building up Samoa Joe. Wonderful microphone work. And at the end of this tirade, we get a little blackout, and Max is then jumped by some goons from a masked figure who has been called the Devil, someone to be pretending to be Max, who Max is our scumbag, the Devil himself. And but before the goons could really make any damage on Max, Samoa Joe makes his way out to save him, because Samoa Joe doesn't want anyone to put their hands on him until he can at their match at the pay-per-view. So now, safe, a message pops up on screen challenging Joe and Max to a tag team match next week. Joe, being the smart man, thinks they should not, but Max, being the valiant face that he is now, accepts the challenge against Samoa Joe's behest. So, yeah. Great stuff. Great work. Let's see where it goes. Let's move on. Coming back after a break, we are now here in our third match. A quick squash match. Well, not so quick, but it was a squash match between AR Fox and Wardlow, with Wardlow squashing AR. And don't get me wrong, AR Fox, great guy. Wardlow, great guy. That ending powerbomb, oh, that was scary. That was scary. I didn't know if, because they ended the match with a referee stoppage, and that's just been the Wardlow template lately. He just beats you up so much that you can't defend yourself, and so the ref has to stop the match. And they did the same thing here, but it was after Wardlow had dropped a super high powerbomb on AR, and his head landed so brutally. I just hope AR is okay. I'm gonna leave it at that. Let's move on. With no wasted energy, we come back to yet another match, our fourth match of the night, with the returning Top Flight, meaning that yes, Dante Martin is back from injury. Hell yeah. I've missed seeing this guy on my screen. I'm so happy to see that he's okay, that he was able to pull through, and that the injury wasn't going to hold him back and end his career. We had Top Flight versus the Hardy Party, which is the Hardys and Isaiah Cassidy. And it was good. It was a nice little fun quick match. For the most part, you just had both teams building up to the Dante tag, so Dante could come in and run shop, and he beats the Hardys with the tag team finish. And yeah, great stuff for Dante. It wasn't the best match, but it was so good just to see him back on our screens again. Welcome back. And then again, with no more wasted time, we're straight into another match. Our fifth match of the night, a TBS Championship House Rules match, with our champion, Julia Hart, versus Emi Sakura. The house rule being no submission wins, only pinfall. And yeah, this was fantastic. almost all the way through. He had a strong start, he had a strong middle, but that ending, oh, that really took a lot of energy out of it. After a lot of strong hits from Julia onto Emmy, and same from Emmy onto Julia, Julia gets the upper hand by placing Emmy into her submission move, knowing she can't win, but just to wear her down, and so she can get her into position for her flying moonsault. And her moonsault spot is usually phenomenal, gorgeous to look at, but it was kind of botched on the landing, and it was just a quick kick out, or not kick out, it was a quick pin at the end, and yeah, it was a great match, but a lot of the energy was sucked out because of that botched finish, so sorry girls, let's move on. Next up, coming up, we have Christian Cage coming out to the ring to cut a promo on Adam Copeland. After Adam has attacked Christian's faction, leaving him alone, Christian comes out to the ring, surrounded by security, but quickly dismisses that security to have Adam Copeland come out so he can talk to him face to face in the ring. And he uses this time to try to pull on Adam's heartstrings and tries to get him into a vulnerable place, talking him into maybe doing another tag team championship run. But it's all a ploy. It's all crocodile tears, as Christian is only trying to get an upper hand on Adam Copeland. But Adam, seeing this 5 steps ahead, gets a low blow on Christian, and with a quick, simple, get this championship ready for me, I'm coming to take it, ends the segment. So, good stuff, good mic work from Christian, good acting from Adam Copeland, and I kind of want to see this match now. So, there's that. Let's move on. Which leaves us now with our main event. Our final match of the night for the tournament. Jay White versus Swerve Strickland. Both having a win in the tournament so far. Whoever wins this match gets a buy-in into the second round, while everyone else still has to continue fighting. And how did this match turn out? Phenomenal. This was a masterclass match. It's just nothing but reversal, strike, big move after big move. There is no clear lead. Both men basically had this match won the whole time. And the win, oddly enough, comes from a surprise roll-up on Jay White from Swerve Strickland. This was such a beautiful match. It was just mind-blowing to see these two men wrestling for free on my screen. And to have that ending, it leaves so much more in the tank. I can't wait to see this again. Great match. Great match. And since that was the main event, that's the end of our show. Guys, I thank you so much for being here with me. I'm sorry again for being gone for so long, but I am back and I'm going to try and finish this year strong. And speaking of finishing strong, that show was fantastic. It felt quick from the moment I started the show, from the moment it ended. It felt like 20 minutes. How do you make 2 hours feel like 20 minutes? The only hiccup on that show was the ending of that women's match. But besides that, like throughout, it was just great wrestling, great comebacks, good storytelling. what else can I ask for on my screen? I'm gonna give this 4 stars. Thank you all so much for taking your time and joining me here today. I'm gone. I'll see y'all next week. Take it easy, everyone.